This very video of Pa Adeboye, the General Overseer of Redeemed Christian Church of God, has been trending in the last few hours on the Nigerian internet space, and it's currently generating a lot of mixed reactions from Nigerians home and abroad. Guess what? The General Overseer of RCCG has boldly sent a very distinct and strong message to Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. According to the General Overseer, he has maintained in this very viral video you are going to see shortly that Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu should, as a matter of urgency, work diplomatically to the President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald J. Trump, and plead with him to give Nigerian government 100 days, that he should delay his military action in Nigeria for 100 days, and that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should go further within the 90 days out of these 100 days to instruct the Nigerian security chiefs to get rid of these terrorists within 90 days, or they should resign as a matter of urgency. When I heard 100 days, I was waiting to hear the pastor talk about nationwide national fasting and prayer. But I was surprised when the man of God voiced out in a very strong tone that the security agencies in Nigeria should not just eliminate the terrorists alone, but that they must, as a matter of urgency, eliminate their sponsors. Omo, when I heard that, I was shocked. Is this coming from a man of God? Meanwhile, there is a lot that this man of God said in this video. Make una calm down. Listen to the man of God.
If I were asked to make suggestions, I would say quietly to our government, move fast. Move diplomatically. Move wisely. Find a way to convince the President of America to please delay his actions for about 100 days. And then come home and tell our security chiefs get rid of these terrorists within 90 days or resign, which would lead me to my next advice to our government. In case there's any of you who can get across to them, that when giving orders to the service chief this time round, we should make it clear to them that they are not only to eliminate the terrorists, they should eliminate their sponsors. When I say my people, when I say our leaders should move fast, move diplomatically, they have to be and move wisely. We must take note of the fact that if America should attack us, China is not coming to defend us. Russia will not come to defend us. All the so-called world leaders, they will talk. They will condemn what America had done in strongest terms. But that's all they will do. That's all. Britain is not going to come and help us. No other foreign powers will come to our aid. This is not the time for joking. This is not the time for grammar. This is not the.
Well, one thing has remained very certain for me, and that is the reason I am here on the internet space, to see a working Nigeria, to see a better Nigeria, to see a Nigeria where rule of law prevails, to see a Nigeria where due process becomes the order of the day, according to P2B, to see a Nigeria where if you must answer His Excellency, the process that brings you into power must be excellent. I have seen what good governance is all about. Many of our Christian brothers and sisters have been very silent in the last years, in the last weeks and months, especially in the last days, when this very campaign started that finally drew the attention of the President of the United States of America, that he had to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. Even pastors, leaders in the church. I told you before, I listened to a pastor from the West who was saying that killing of Christians have been going on in Nigeria for a long time, that it is not yet enough to be called a genocide. When I listened to that pastor, I said, well, I'm not a member of his congregation, because if my likes of persons makes up 50 or 60% of his congregation, by now he'll be left with 20% or 10%. Yes, that is the reality. It is quite unfortunate that men of God can actually stand on the pulpit and make such a statement. Today, General Overseer Pa Adeboye decided to take the bull by the horn by giving this, brutal advice, but honest advice to Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Keeping the record straight, a lot of people have been silent as a result of the impact of the state capture that we have in Nigeria. Because APC government have captured everywhere, whether you like it or not in this country. Almost all parastatals have been captured, even in the Christendom, that so many people you saw that were out on the street many years ago to protest against Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. You will never hear them talk this time. They will never come out to say anything, because their favorite man or their favorite person is at the helm of our affair. Therefore, they become complicit of what is happening, not only to the Christians in Nigeria, but to the Muslims as well. It is pathetic. But I glorify God in heaven that Pa Adeboye decided to lend his voice as well. Having established that, the only concern I have about the 100 days that Pa Adeboye is talking about in this video is that Nigerian government have been spending billions of naira on acquiring arms and ammunition, security gadget and all of that. And we are still dealing with insecurity up till this day. It shows you that there is a systemic problem in army. It tells you that there is a systemic problem in the government of the day and even in the government of the past. It tells you that there is a fundamental problem which has prevented the military from doing due diligence. First of all, we can talk about how polarized the Nigerian military has become. Boko Haram, repentant Boko Haram, are often reintegrated into the Nigerian military. We have seen reports of where repentant Boko Haram carry knife or be something, chop person head, come out. You know what I mean? By so doing, you simply polarize the army the more. And can we also now talk about the sponsors that Pa Adeboye was talking about here? Now the Nigerian soldiers should eliminate the sponsors. Who are the sponsors? United Arab Emirates some time ago gave us list of alleged sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria. Even Burkina Faso recently also mentioned some names. What has the military, the Nigerian government, done about it? Virtually nothing. And now the man of God thinks that within 90 days or 100 days, that Nigerian military will be able to defeat Boko Haram, eliminate all the terrorists, and also eliminate their sponsors. I see it to be a future impossible tense. A future impossible action. You know what I mean? Considering how polarized and the political undertones, which has been part and parcel of the reasons why insurgency, insecurity has continued to prevail even in the government of this day. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu himself campaigned with Buhari many years ago, 2015, 2012, 13, 14, and 15, that a Messiah was coming to save Nigeria from insecurity. They used Buhari. But what did Buhari do? Up to today, we are still dealing with Boko Haram. It's even getting more worse by the day. Therefore, I think time is of essence for us to begin to engage external forces, for us to begin to import mercenaries, and possibly unanimously agree that we need American support. Not the light option, not the medium option, as was recommended by the American soldiers from African Command. But let us go with the heavy option, where America would have to deploy their aircraft carrier down to the Gulf of Guinea and deploy fighters and long-range bombers. Only in this way, and not minding what it will cost us in return, shall we eventually have something significant to be very proud of at the end of the day. But we need external forces that will be apolitical, external forces that will not depend on Nigeria intelligence, work on their own intelligence, fish out the terrorists, and go after the sponsors. It is only in this way that we will be able to say confidently that we've been able to take a majority of the terrorists and their sponsors. If we continue to operate by the playbook, by the same Nigerian playbook, hoping that we will take out all these terrorists and their sponsors, we are simply joking. We are simply joking like toddlers. Nothing significant will have been achieved at the end of the day, because this country, a lot is happening in this country. Meanwhile, a lot of public opinion are saying, why is Pa Adeboye saying that anybody who can get this message to the government of the day, that Tinubu is his friend, that he should just pick up his phone and call Tinubu and give him this quiet advice, according to him. And some persons are also saying that it shouldn't be a rocket science to get this type of advice to Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That after all, Senator Remi Tinubu, the wife of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is an ordained pastor in a Redeemed Christian Church of God. That he should have as well contacted Remi Tinubu to pass the message across to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You know what I mean? And some public opinion are also saying, why didn't Pa Adeboye give this very advice to His Excellency Mr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan those years in 2012, when majority of them mounted, trooped out to the street to protest against, killings, hardship, and insecurity in Nigeria. But today, he decided to give an advice, a quiet advice to Alhaji Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, these are some of the offshoots of the reactionary public opinion from Nigerians home and abroad. Well, for me, all I pray for is for things to get better, certainly in this country, Nigeria. That is what I care for. And because the Igbos will always say, no sitata debama, not devaluable. You know what I mean? So, but I still maintain my stand that we as a nation, we need the intervention of external forces. Yes, we have not been able to solve our problem. Look at INEC. We have not been able to solve election problem in Nigeria. And the insecurity has been dealing with us for many years now. So we need certainly the intervention of American forces, people who will be detribalized, people who will not rely on the intelligence of our military men and women or other security agencies, people who will not belong to any tribe, people who will come in apolitically, tackle the situation and leave. You know what I mean? But ultimately, I will allow you guys to be the judge. Don't forget to let me know what you think in the comment section and share this video. Man, another person see him. God bless you.